Have you ever felt paralyzed by the fear of failure? Don't worry, you are not alone. We dread failure so much that we avoid taking any risks or trying new things altogether. A common belief is that failure is something bad. It is something that should be avoided at all costs. A sign that we are not good enough. But what if I told you that this belief itself is what is holding you back? Today, we will see how failure can be our greatest ally. Let us start with a simple question. Why do we fear failure? Society teaches us from a very young age that success is the ultimate goal. But here's a twist. The most successful people in history didn't just fail. They failed a huge number of times and they embraced it. Thomas Alva Edison, the great inventor of the light bulb, he said, I have not failed, I have just discovered 10,000 ways which do not work. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was finally published. And Michael Jordan, yes, the basketball champion, he missed over 9,000 shots in his entire career and lost over 300 games. So, what is the secret? How did these people turn failure into a stepping stone towards success? The answer lies in their mindset. The difference between the one who succeeds and the ones who don't isn't in the number of times they fail, but in how they respond to failure. Take the example of Elon Musk. His early ventures like Zip2 and X.com faced huge setbacks, and SpaceX's first 3 rockets were huge failures. But instead of just giving up and not trying anymore, Musk viewed this as invaluable lessons and tried again. He viewed what could be the possible reasons for the failure. He made adjustments and tried again and again. The key is to not see failure as a dead end, but to see it as a detour. You have been detoured from your original path, your highway towards success. Each failure gives you a feedback. It provides you numerous ways to learn, adapt, and grow. It is a huge opportunity. Every time you fail, ask yourself, how can I learn from this? What can I build upon? How can I improve? Ask such similar questions. Our next example is Steve Jobs, the wonderful phenomenon. He was famously fired from Apple, the company which he co-founded. But again, instead of just giving up, Jobs viewed this setback as an opportunity to rise up and learn from the failure. This was a fresh start and a new beginning to him. Later, he went on to create Pixar and NEXT, very huge companies which grew in the coming days. Later, Apple acquired NEXT next, bringing back Steve Jobs into the picture, and then it went on to give out iPhone and iPad to the world, and the rest is history. My last example to you is Oprah Winfrey. She was demoted from her show because she was deemed unfit for the television. But she did not let this failure define her career. She used it as a stepping stone, and she went on to create one of the most successful talking shows in the history of media. She became a media giant and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. I'm done with the examples. So what do we see? The first thing is, don't see them as just failures, and don't fix your mindset to something like, I failed so many times, so I should continue failing. No, instead of that, change it to a growth mindset which says, I failed, and hence I should keep trying again and again and again and again. From here, we move on to the second point, which is reframe your failures. Instead of just looking at your failures in a manner that you have been treated badly, you have been mistreated, and you were let down by life, instead of viewing it like that, reframe it in such a way that the opportunities and chances and other things were in such a way that you had to fail. The third point is develop a growth mindset, which says you can work on your skills, put in dedication, time, effort, and hard work so that you can get results, and eventually, very slowly, you will succeed. Not suddenly, it does not happen overnight. It's luck, it's a miracle, it's rare, it does not happen to everyone. Then be self compassionate. You should convince yourself, you should calm yourself down, saying that failure is alright. Everyone in the world is not deemed to be successful. If everyone is winning, if everyone is scoring 100 out of 100 in all the tests and exams, if everyone deserves to be paid 1 billion every month or every year, then who's gonna fail? It's alright. Show that compassion to yourself. Show that soft corner to yourself. Be compassionate. It is a part of human experiences, and it's completely normal to fail. That obviously doesn't define your worth or capabilities. Then focus on the process. Be completely submerged in it. Don't just depend on the outcomes. Don't just be focused on what I'll get out of this. The process is such a great thing. You get to learn a lot of things. It shows you areas where you should be working upon. Take time to analyze and reflect. Where or which are the areas where have went wrong, where this has become a failure, where I could work upon and improve. Be a risk taker. Not in all the circumstances of your life, but in majority of areas you need to be taking risks. Calculated risks some of the time, but you should not be afraid of taking risks. Then stay persistent and consistent. Keep trying. Of course, I'm not telling that if a light bulb has exploded in your house, or the geyser or the water filter is not working, just keep turning the switch on and off. I'm not telling that, but you have that much sense in what you should be trying and what you should not be. One of my close friends was complaining that she was not able to clean and declutter her room, and I made this as a tribute to her. You can watch it. And remember, failure is not the end. It's not the opposite of success, but rather a part of it. Fail again, fail harder, fail better.